I'm gonna keep this as short as possible because I've come down with a cold, but I still really want to make this video immediately. Um, this is an open letter to Pussy Riot, of originally hailing from Russia. Um, okay, so there's lots of different aspects to this, but I'm gonna keep it really simple. All right, it's natural. It's natural to want to put on a bunch of makeup and do performance art and be, you know, in democracy and have a bunch of freedom. And it's certainly fun to imagine to go have an orgy in a museum or go masturbate in an Orthodox church or put on a ski mask and go fuck shit up, right? It's all fun. Now, if we did that in America, we would most certainly be arrested, and it wouldn't matter how many. I could talk all day about how Obama's doing it to me and how it's all Obama's fault, and nobody's going to bail me out, and no one's going to give me less of a punishment. So the 2 years that they did in prison, they had already done like a lot of crime before they got those 2 years. They had thrown live cats, live cats inside of a McDonald's. They had also masturbated with turkeys or chickens from the grocery store, like frozen chickens, which like out on the street. So, I mean, we would be punished for this in America, okay? No matter how much democracy there is or freedom, that is beyond the social construct of America, at least as it is right now. You know, maybe in the future we'll be able to masturbate with chickens out in the street, but that's not the way it is now. The laws are not written that way. But I just wanted to, and they made scarecrows. Like the whole thing is like, well, Putin doesn't want Jews in the country. Putin doesn't want homosexuals in the country. Stuff like that. They're touting the like Putin is a horrible oppressor line. Well, it's just. Oh, also they were recently interviewed for Slate magazine, maybe, and they're talking about the Nadja says that A, Assange is working for Russia, and B, that we all need to vote for Hillary Clinton because it will save a lot of lives. That's a direct quote from these girls. Okay, so anyway, yes, Pussy Riot, yes, Nadja, you're definitely on the fast track to be able to flee the horrible, your horrible home motherland of Russia and get permanent asylum in America because you're so oppressed that you can't throw cats at McDonald's over in Russia. But I just want to wake you up to like a few little facts about America, okay? So, right now I have a cold. I would give anything for some good borscht. I would give anything for like a lovely grandma that lived with me that made borscht. Well, you're not going to find that over here, right? You might find fame, you might find Hollywood and plastic surgery and lots of makeup, but you're not going to find grandmas making borscht or making homemade kefir or making homemade bread because we put our old people in fucking retirement homes and then they die after like 20 years of being on beds. It was not really very fun. And it's very hard to get good borscht here. Like, I can be looking for borscht for like hours. I may or may not find good borscht. Like, you literally have to know someone from the Czech Republic or someone from Russia in order to get a good borscht, or you have to make your own. Like, it's very hard to find good borscht. Okay. For me, borscht is a huge priority. Other people take it or leave it. I'm like a fan. I'm a fan of borscht. Um, the other thing I'm a big fan of is, well, I'll just say, okay. So in Russia, right, you might have to tout the line of the Russian Orthodox Church a little bit because that's who's in power. But you know what the Russian Orthodox Church does that a lot of other churches in the world don't do? They let little boys be Christian boys and stay intact with their whole beautiful Russian penises. And I'm just gonna say it right now. Like, you can come over here and live in America and think you're hot shit and make a bunch of videos about how we're all being oppressed and how Putin is horrible and Trump is horrible. But like eventually you'll realize like the prognosis for a woman in Russia, like getting stuffed by some gorgeous Russian dude with an intact cock, is like, even if you have to be Russian Orthodox, like, hello, me, like, fly me to Moscow and sign me up for the Russian Orthodox Church. If I get a husband who has a beautiful Russian cock that's intact and he's gonna pay my bills, like, I'm fucking down. I'm ready to go. If he looks anything like Putin, I'm like 100% there. Like, no worries. Like, and I'm a, born and bred American girl. But between the amazing penises and the borscht, like, just please, I would love to be a Russian Orthodox Christian. I'll put on whatever I have to do. I'll wear whatever. I'm ready. I'm ready. Please, please come get me. Come get me. I'm ready to go to Russia. I'm ready. Anyway, so yeah, there's like good points and bad points to every culture, okay? But Pussy Riot, why? Like, why are you doing this? And I really, really, really think you're doing it for money and for fame and for the American State Department. And I'm gonna link to so We Are Change has a really good video. He actually shot the footage of the riot that they used in their Make America Great Again video, and they stole it outright. They just stole it. No fair use, no asking him for his footage. They just stole it and they made a propaganda video. So he's not very happy about that. But anyway, so before you start talking more shit about Russia or oppression or Putin or feminism or whatever, I just want you to really, really take in the fact that, like, Russia has some awesome things about it. And Russian policy has awesome things about it. Like, all the beautiful, beautiful, like, whole intact men running around, all the borscht, the love of grandmas. Like, you guys have some awesome stuff. America does not have, like, the title to all the awesome stuff in the world. And yeah, we might have, like, a little bit more performance art, but, like, who's to say that we even have more performance art? We just have more media, period. And a lot of it's garbage. And, like, Pussy Riot, if you're not garbage, well, stop acting like garbage. Throwing cats that are alive is garbage. That's animal abuse. That's not any better than those Russian chicks that are cutting open puppies. And, like, a lot of this is just garbage. It's garbage, and we fall for it, because it's feminist garbage. It's like, well, I've got a pussy, and I'm going to riot, and everyone needs to love it, because I'm so oppressed. Guess what? You're not that oppressed. You, like, committed, like, 6 crimes. Like, 6 sex crimes. Animal crimes. Before you even went to prison the first time. That's privilege. That's female privilege, because if a guy... If a group of guys put on ski masks and abused animals and had orgies in public places, they'd be fucking locked up after time 1, time 2, right? You guys had a nice long run of it before you went to prison. You got a lot of leniency, and that's female leniency. It's the reversal. It's the reversal. We're so fucking oppressed. Okay, we've got all these American girls running around with their intact genitals and all their rights. There's just a lot of potent reversals, and it's so cool right now. It's so cool to be a victim, Anyway, no more. Oh, just a second. Okay.